the level of control a player actually seems to have, right? Because if you can't sub anyone out, okay, if you can't do, if you really can't, because you will functionally be disabling your team, doesn't that mean that players have a significant amount of control over the team dynamic?
Absolutely. I think as a coach, you have to be aware of which players you kind of hand that control to. But like in Mad Lions, at least, we're a really horizontal structure. You know, I have the final call on everything, but like if my players tell me, no, like you're wrong here, like you're wrong about this matchup, you're wrong about this draft, whatever it is, like I'll trust them. And that's a personal style thing as well as just what my belief about the way that you have to work in League of Legends is. And that's why I say it's just not possible to do this like iron fist type coaching style, because number one, League of Legends is complex enough that you as a coach have to admit that you do not know as much as your top laner about top lane matchups.
Yeah.
Like you just don't. Your top laner could be wrong and you could be right about some things, but on balance, he knows more than you. And that's something you need to accept to be, I think, a really like to get to a top level of coaching, like or top level in League of Legends, not of coaching, but to get to a top level in League of Legends, you just have to trust your players. Yes, players have a lot of control over League of Legends kind of teams in general. Is that a problem? Not necessarily, because your job as a coach is to be there to guide them along and to tell them, okay, think about the consequences of this decision. This is what you want. Have you thought about this factor? And I think my job is definitely much more that way. It depends on the players that you're working with, right? Some people need a firmer touch. Some people need more leadership. Some people need you to tell them, go and do this and everything will be okay. And some people need you to tell them, hey, watch out right now. I'm a bit worried about this because you have like a tendency to do this. And the result of that is this. So think about it. Think about how you're going to deal with it. You can deal with it in way number one, way number two, way number three. These are all things that you can do to counteract whatever like bad thing is happening here. Think about it. And then, you know, if they mess it up, then I'll be there at the end of the day to say, okay, this is what happened. This is why it messed up. This is like cause, effect, action, result. Here's what you should learn from it. And here's what I would do in the next time if I were you. And that's much more my function within the team than a real like macro strategy gods that is telling them what matchups to pick and things like this, right? Like,
oh, hello there. I hope you enjoyed this video. So please make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Shout out to all my Patreons who support me. If you're looking to support me, you can find my Patreon at patreon.com/improvblake. You can also find me streaming throughout the week at twitch.tv/improvblake.